How's it? I'm Krista. Welcome to Diamond Cornerstone. And yesterday we did a root cause failure analysis, and it's my belief that it comes down to Genesis 47. Now, the chapter in its essence, the story itself, is Joseph, and we know the screen production and the stage production, and Joseph is classified as a hero. And the chapter actually starts with a lot of empathy, where they feel the plight. Well, Joseph and Pharaoh feel the plight of Jacob, his father, whose name actually changed to Israel, and his 11 brothers and the family. And they rock up, and Joseph presents his father to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh feels the pain and feels the hunger and feels the famine, and gives them land in Goshen. And you can feel the empathy of Joseph. They had dreams, they prepared for this, but now his brothers rock up and they say, "We're here for a sojourn in your land." And a sojourn is not a word that's often used, well, not in my circles, but it means a temporary stay. As in, we're here to stay. There are 7 years of famine rolling out. So thank you for your hospitality. Yes, we are here to stay. And Joseph fed them, gave them land. And then Pharaoh actually gave them employment as well, looking after his cattle, his herds. So therefore, if we look at Maslow level 1, that's food, water, safety and security, a house, land, and heat. So they would have been able to put up shelters and stuff like that on that land. And then employment, so they've got continuous, so to say, cash flow, purpose in the land of Egypt. And this empathy, this heart-centered start, Joseph is proud of his father. And I'll say it all started at, we were still in a red diamond state of humanity. And then it basically went just pear-shaped when they asked to buy grain. And then he took their money. And then a little bit further down the road, they sold their livestock. And then they gave up themselves. And Joseph says specifically, "You have gone into service to me. You are a servant to me." Now, Joseph was second in command of Egypt. Therefore, he is representative of the economics. And currently, then he bought the land back from the people, as in he paid cash, coin. He paid grain. There was an exchange. And then you get something like, and so all the land belonged to Pharaoh. Now, isn't it very funny if you think about real estate? It comes from royal estate. We're selling land and buying houses and doing commerce, but the land will always belong to the state, belongs to the royal. And so that's where it started. Previously, there weren't countries, or at least there was a country, an area that had a name like Egypt. But Egypt did not belong to the Pharaoh until Joseph bought it on behalf of Pharaoh. Now, these are all things that we've got to think about in our modern world. We've got random lines on maps for countries set up when? Post the colonial system, then people are fighting about borders that run through mountain ranges, so we can't actually use the land either. And then we fight battles for precious metals. I live in South Africa. We had 2 Anglo-Boer wars where the people fought the English because they didn't want to become a colony, and the English were fighting because they wanted the gold fields, just to expand the wealth of the empire. But hindsight's 2020. Okay, so the land belongs to the king. And then, just to make matters worse, he gave them grain and said 1/5 comes back to Pharaoh, aka the first tax system. Now, it's funny to think that over the years, we actually, for every dollar you earn, you pay up to about 66 cents worth of tax between death tax, straight tax, value added tax. Everything gets taxed. You only live off 33 cents to the dollar, because everything is owned by the economic system. And the economists swing the head of the politicians, and the politicians then distract society. And believe me, if you ever thought, why do sportsmen get paid the big buck? Why do actors get paid the big buck? It's not that they have anything except to distract us. To distract us from what's actually happening in the economics. To distract us from what's happening in the politics. And the politics that we do see, it's a soap opera, man. It's kindergarten antics on a screen. And now with our phones and stuff, we're being more entertained by our phones than anything else. You can sit for an hour and just scroll and do nothing. You're distracted. Whereas if we can come back into a vision center, into a heart center, get a vision, then it's easy to put the phone down. Then it's easy to miss the game. Then it's easy. As soon as there's a bigger vision, the distraction goes away. But we have no family vision, we have no community vision, we have no collective vision as humanity. And all that they have to do, and funnily enough, if you look at Egypt, there would have been Canaanites, Egyptians, and Egypt had food, so they had a lot of other people also coming in to buy grain and food. Is that all you have to do to keep the distraction going is keep the white spy fighting the black spy. Spy versus spy, mad. The game of the 80s and 90s, a board game of mad, spy versus spy. And guess what? The economists and the politicians are supporting both sides because that's where the buck lies. They don't care who they sell the guns to as long as they're selling guns. They don't care who they're selling the drugs to as long as they're selling the drugs. As long as they're pulling our energy, our luge into their system and keeping us distracted that we're not even realizing we're missing the plot. So yeah, the Diamond Aspire, the whole thing, is a new model for governance. It's a new model for exchange. It's a new model for environmental stewardship. It's a new model for society, coming back into child-centered families, coming back into education, coming back into curriculum of how does curriculums actually touch? How do fields of study touch? I think the world is at a maturity level now where we're tired of being told what to do. We're tired of politicians telling us what to do. We're tired of education saying, this you're allowed to be taught and this you're not allowed to be taught. We're tired of the moral high ground is set up by a church system or a religion. I can read my Bible. I can read the Quran. I can read the Vedas. I can read commentary on each. That's the beautiful thing about something like the Gutenberg press of 14 something, is I can read myself. The printed text is available to me. And now with social media and internet, all texts are available to me. There's something that the Oracle said in Matrix, 25th anniversary, by the way. Make up your own mind. You're the diamond. I think it's time for us to reevaluate our systems. And yeah, in Bookmaster Fuller's words, not try to upgrade the current one. change our thinking, get a new system completely, make the old one obsolete. Blessings for the day, and yeah, you're the diamond. Let's lay a diamond for our new earth, and yeah, let's make it a diamond. Ciao.